Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today is Friday, which only means one thing. Today is Marketwatch. So this week was a Pride event, which I've actually not done yet, but I will get to because, you know, the shark plushie, we all want one of those. And also some graphic updates. So a nice little tweak on some graphics, which is pretty good. And the Pride event, which is actually really good from what I've heard. For whatever reason, they've decided to change scorpions and a few other things as well. But, you know, it's just bringing the game further up to date as well. So yeah, pretty good update post, some really good videos, a really good guide actually for Oceus if you've not done it by the RS guy, so make sure to go and check that out. But we are not here for the updates, we are here for one thing and one thing only. Today's Friday, which means today is Marketwatch. So we're going to go through the RuneScape 3 price rises and price falls to see what we're looking like in terms of trends, price rises, money making methods and stuff like that. So last week and the past 2 weeks really, archaeology and divination have sort of dominated the price increases. So we're really interested to see how we go in terms of this week as well. So the first two things we see are the occultist ring and the jail cell key, which are both Oceus drops, which because they're new, they're going to go and be here anyway. The manuscripture of when is perked up, which I think at the price it was at 128k, it was always going to because it just got to a point where it's just too cheap. So it's on its way up because of that as well. But 162k is not enough. I do see it's gone a little bit of a run now because of Oceus. People probably use the when book anyway. So that is probably why that's going up. Ectoplasm, 2.3k now. Again, I think it got to a point where it's too cheap, and then a PVM update came where people wanted to go and use their conjures because it was a necromancy boss. It was always going to go up because I think, again, 1.8k was a bit too cheap for that. A manuscript of Jazz is 1.1 mil, which is kind of crazy, really. Like, Kerapack must be bank at a minute because of that reason. So definitely want to go and check out. Really, decent profit there. Powder of Penance, 980k, going up, and probably because of like the Oceus boss, Powder of Penance makes it AFK. People want it to be AFK, so that is why it's gone up because of sheer demand. Catalytic Anima Stone, 750 GP each. Never really used this, but I think it's tied in with like rune crafting. You get extra runes because of using it. If you're going to make more profit rune crafting, it will always be a high price anyway. Nature Runes, 760. I kind of missed the boat with that because 719 was just too cheap for Nature Runes, so that's gone up again because of demand. I still think 760 is pretty cheap, so if you are using your machines, definitely go and look at that. A Holy Scarab pouch is 67.8k, which I'd never seen this familiar before and I never knew existed. So it might actually be new, or it might actually be, no, it's been around for a while. Definitely going to have a look into this because it might actually be worth doing for a video. So yeah, that's gone up anyway. That's gone up 11.8k for the pouch. So Blood of Orcus is on its way back up. Again, we knew that was going to happen. 11.3k was too cheap for that. We've got some cosmetics, Pete the Chicken token at 9.3 mil. Robe of First Necromancer on its way back up, 250. We've got Flesh, Bone, Spirit runes. Again, Necromancy runes just quite don't know how to sort of settle. Spirit runes at 137 is actually pretty good. And this is the weird thing with, again, it works with air runes as well. Like, the tier 1 rune, because of a multiplier you can get rune crafting in a high level, can outperform the other two. I think with Necromancy, Spirit Runes really does have a chance to like blow these out of the water, even with multipliers as well. So definitely want to keep an eye out. Soft Clay at 1.9k is a nice little money making method as well if you wanted to go and do the minus the Soft Clay in prep. We've got Dragon Metal at 9k, we've got Hellfire Metal at 15.8, so it looks like Blood of Orcus has got a bit to catch up on. And we've also got Everlight Silver at 11.1. Decent money maker for free to play. Rune Ore is now 3.3k, which is pretty good, but it might affect your prices if you are making rune bars. Keep an eye out on that. Rune Bolts 458 GP each, and Lava Striker and Wildcard 44.7. Roses at 1.1 mil. Again, depending if Penance Powder still continues to push up, Golden Roses will probably still start to follow. And I think 1.1 is still a decent price. You can still make some profits on that if you have got all the buffs and multipliers, which are available for that method. More first necromancy pieces on the rise as well, but that's purely because Oceus is the necromancy boss, and that's basically where you're going to get the most damage from. Mud runes 1.1k, really decent combo rune crafting method is mud runes. Maybe not as good as what necromancy rune crafting could be, but it seems pretty decent anyway. Wheat is 1k, diamond necklaces 4.7. Pretty decent there. I would say like diamonds are very cheap, so that could possibly be better than doing Dragonstone. But still a really good method, and also free to play. Free to play crafting is probably where it's at the minute. Necromancy is okay in a couple mil per hour, but if you want a method which can make really good money, crafting on free to play, if you're a free to play player, is very decent. Vulcanized Rubber 13.3k, Lanternite Incense Sticks 24.3. Of course, it's gone that price because I've actually sold mine, so of course it's going to rise up now. We have Luminous Energy, 431 GP, not as much as the other energies, but still pretty high. Daggenoff Bones up, 10.6k. Bucket of Milk, 800 GP, and we have, again, some more Necromancer pieces. All the first Necromancer stuff has gone up this week. Augmenter, 418k now. Magic Log, 884, pretty decent there. Magic Shield Bow, again, is that non-members? 1.7k, and Definite Profit fletching them as well. So if that is non-members, I'm not sure why it would be. Never used to be. But that again is like a really good method of profit. Armadillion Yellow, 15.7k for that. That is a huge price for that as well. We have, and again, like, hopefully by this point, I've done my video on caches and archaeology materials. I've price checked a couple on the Grand Exchange and they're so expensive. I bought some Quintessence, which is here, for 19k each the other day because I just couldn't get it and I needed it to go and do an archaeology upgrade. So again, check your margins on your archaeology materials. If you're sitting on a lot of archaeology materials as well, price check and get rid if you wanted to, because they're up now and they probably will go down in the future. So definitely a decision to have a look at there and probably make a little bit of money by doing so as well. Red Dragon's gone up. Living Wyvern Wildcard is up to 39k. Wooden Frame 33.5. Pineapple Seed 385 GP. Quintessence 4k. Animal Furs 9.7. Crystal Flask is 2.3k and a Ghostly Essence is 2.3 as well. Magic No Papers up to 632 GP each and a Glorious Bar, which is used for masterwork, 5.6 mil there. 5 kilo granite is 14k. Again, granite can be a really good moneymaker, especially if you do the spots which give you sandstone as well. Granite and sandstone, very underrated mining methods, especially if you're going to break them down as well. Sandstone is very good because people use it to make the fine sand for the special vial. Impure Essence, 233 GP each. We got Prayer Potion Bracket 4, 8.3k. Bronze Dagger, 2.5. We got Shield Bow, 3.5 again. Free to play, money making methods. A Cabbage, 1.2. And a Tomato, 1.4. A Raw Lobster, 325 GP each. A Calgarian Demon, 156. Raw Rocktail up, 1.2k. Sparking Energy, 671 GP. And an Elder Bar, it's 17.9k. Dark Amica, because of the Elder Bar, up to 5.2 as well. So going through the price rises, there's quite a lot there, you know, this week. Really, really good. So we've got the Elder Rune bars, we've got cow pouches, we've got prayer potions if you are very low sort of herb level. We've got some really good archaeology items which are up, and I think they'll be higher than the Grand Exchange as well. Archaeology is very strange at the minute. Like 15k for a colour is just high. Like for Hellfire Metal and Orcus, you can sort of justify it because of the sheer profit in things like binding contracts, but Vulcanized Rubber, 13.3k. Lanternine Intense Sticks, great money making method. You want the Quicksense perk, but it's really good. Daggenoff Bones up as well is good because Daggenoff Kings are there. There's quite a lot of archaeology there still. There's Necromancy Rune Crafting. There's a lot there. And that Holy Scarab pouch, I'm going to have a look after the video. Just go and have a look at because it does seem to be a decent pouch to go and do. But price rises really, really good this week. So price falls. Let's see what is on its way down. Arbok Seed, 115k. This was bound to happen once Oshish's sort of drop table was out. Drops the Arbok Seed quite often, which means that that will be going down for the future. Rune Darts down, 10 GP each, 27 each. If you're looking for things like Swift or Dex components, fact check me on that. Rune Darts are normally good for something, so they could be a good time to buy those. We have Potato Cactus at 3.3k each. Maybe want to look at investing for the future. Ceramic Scale 12.7, Green Sally 1.6. Dragon Scale Dust 233 GP each, and a Savage Spear Staff 2.8 mil. I imagine the rest of the Spear Staff's going to be here because people have camped Oshus this week, which means that all the drops relating to that are going to come down as a result because of the influx of what the drops are. Elder Frame 187k each, Crystal Shapeshifter and Shadow Creature cards are there. Gremwall Spikes, Sad Face 243 GP each. It's getting to the point now with Gremwall Spikes for me. 243, too cheap. Even though I bought them cheap anyway, it's just too cheap. I'm just going to hold on to them and then just try and get it out when we can. Yak High 283 and Dragon Arrowhead 538. We have the rest of the Savage Spear, 1.8 mil, pretty much for the rest of the pieces. Which again is not a terrible drop. It's like adds a little bit to your trip on, but it's not as good as the other drops there. We have the Fire Orb 128, Samite Silk 4.5k each, and that's a free-to-play archaeology material, but that's still quite expensive. Bottled Dinosaur Raw. Now, this is going to be a service announcement. This is used for Vuln Bombs. This is very low margin for you to buy. This is also definitely one to stock up on if you're looking to do Vuln Bombs for bonus XP. It's probably going to go a little bit further down. I would ignore the price it was in December, and focus more where it was in March. These are such good potions to make on a bonus XP because they're heavily AFK, and also this is very limited supply. So Dinosaur Raw can be a really good investment if you choose to do it. I've never done it, but just looking at how it normally works, 8.4k is about where it normally is if you want to buy before a bonus XP, and it will go up when a bonus XP is announced. By bonus, I mean double, and I always have to say that because people get really angry with me about it. An uncut moonstone, 2 mil there. Super Necromancer Potion. One of the best things about the Oceus drop table is drops of the Super Necromancer Potions because it's really going to help control that price. 25k for that when an overload is something like 90k is not really what we need. So that coming down is really, really good. Pure Essence 155, Alteration Necklace 2.4 mil, Green Dragon Hide 513 GP each. That is mental. Like, again, free to play. This is pretty much what I would consider your best money making method is tanning, Green Dragon Hide, turn it into bodies, out or sell on the Grand Exchange and repeat. It's just free money. Clean Arbok 19.9k. These are going to go through the floor. Grapevine Seeds 1.4k. Snakegrass Seeds 1.7. Dragon Dart Tips 5.1k each. Again, this will be another one to keep an eye out because these spiked hard for bonus XP. And they're going to have to settle down at a price before the next one. So definitely look at that because they will make you profits if you are looking to invest. Papaya 8.1k. We have a Raw Potato 1.2. Super Defense 6.6. Primal Extract 893 GP each. Quantum Incense 21.9. We have Broad Arrowheads 85 GP each. Clean Spirit Weed 5.3k. Decorated Farming Urn at 10.5. And we have Sorrow Brews at 4.1. Lesser Necroplasm is 153 GP each, which is a bit sad if you are a big sort of ritual person. That anytime they sort of hit a low price, it really does hurt them quite hard. U-Frame 42.6k, Bolt Racks 155, Decorated Cooking Iron 10.5, Wen Arrow 1.4, Dino Arrow 1.3. I'm just going to take my losses on these one day and I'm just going to sell them because the arrows are tying up quite a lot of GP. And at least this way, 120 fletching's nearly done. We're only about 10 mil off like finishing it, so that's always a positive. And then finally a chocolate cake is 4.7k. So actually some decent price falls as well. Like there's a lot of resources and a lot of skilling items still here, but there's a lot of things like to identify as money making methods. Again, that Green Dragon Hide one for free to play, huge. Some really good long-term investments in Dragon Dart Tips and also the Bottled Raw. Moonstones are on the way down as well, which if you've not got a Moonstone jewellery, now is the time to pick them up. Frames are going down, so if you are looking at construction, look at those in a couple of weeks. Not quite now. They're a little bit pricey still, but for me, I would recommend U-Frame instead of Elder. Like, so even if you're 99, U-Frames, and maybe Magic to a point, are so well priced for the XP they're going to give you. Elders are nice, and they are more XP, but they're 5 times the price, and I just don't think it's worth it, so... yeah, well, that is going to be the end of this week's Market Watch. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, we're going to finish on the one item everyone really wants to see, and that is the price of Dragon Bones. This week's been quite a long one, to be fair, but I think price falls and price rises really had some value in what was sort of knocking around, which is really, really good. So, as always, price Dragon Bones this week, 2158, a little bit of a bounce up. We love to see it. Still going to grind away on the prayer grind, though, because we are so close. Now fletching's nearly done. We're nearly there to that big, fancy, colourful cape, so... maybe one day this year we'll get to that. That's going to be the goal for me anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Any suggestions on content you guys want to see? I am now free from work, so I can make any kind of video you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to make sure to do it. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.